Well, there's actually this app called Kale, which I just got. You should actually, I meant to tell you, you need to get on it. It's called Kale, like the vegetable. Okay. Download that. Which you could do, you connect your Instagram, and I'll get free promo for this. You connect your Instagram, you connect your TikTok, whatever. There's challenges via like whatever brand product it is, and you do the challenge, and they pay you out. But you have to like post like a short or whatever, leave it up for like 60 days or something like that.
Bro,
but it's pretty.
We will cook on when to say when.
Like
do you understand?
Right here, like Olipop, like this challenge, this one earning potential is 3. So it's like, for example.
So what's the payout rate on that?
I don't know exactly because I haven't done it yet. This one's like. This one is crazy. Like going to Coachella, drink an Olipop. Like obviously, like you gotta have some bread to do that. There's also
wait.
There's also that's what it said.
Wait. Let's rewind that back a little bit, because you just went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Well,
you didn't just say like take a picture maybe in front of a restaurant with the drink or make a shorter. Yeah. It says go to Coachella. It's gonna cost me more to go to Coachella than it is to get that payout from Olipop for doing that.
But maybe it's like, oh, people are going there anyway. It's like you can make some bread with it. So I can kind of understand it. Maybe they want to be different, have a unique challenge and whatnot. But I definitely understand that aspect.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if your mama and daddy are watching this with you, hi, how you doing? My name is Roo. Well, my name is Steve, and my friends call me Roo. And what you are watching and or listening to is another beautiful episode. Episode 8, I believe, at this point. We're getting kind of up there.
Episode 8, yeah.
Episode 8 of When to Say When, the most hilarious show on the planet, presented by Opinionated Media. I am here. This other beautiful voice you're hearing, if you are listening on audio, if you're on YouTube, you already know who my guy is, but I'm going to reintroduce him anyways. He's the talented. He's the outgoing. He's the man with the plan. He's the boomer sooner. He's the do-it-all.
Some DNA, you know?
You know what I'm saying? It's Cam.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Round of applause.
Glad to have everybody back for another episode. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, like the video. That helps the video get shared with everyone on other platforms. Share with a friend.
Absolutely.
Leave a comment, engage, and follow us on When to Say When on Instagram and TikTok, Roo, where you get all the clips and stuff like that.
There is a lot of us when it comes to Opinionated Media. When to Say When, we're mainly on 2 accounts. When TS Win, that's WHEN, the letter T, the letter S, and then When HE. Or When HEN, W8 Win. Wow.
That boy tongue twister.
Wow, dog. Today has been a day, but yes, When TS Win, and that's Win as in WHEN. Like, when is it occurring? Simple as that, right? AORU is going to be where we post the YouTube and the TikTok visuals if you're looking to catch some of our shorts and see what we're doing. And again, for those of you who don't listen all the way, we drop a very special emoji at the end of the episode to see who of you have been tapped in with us. This will come into play later as we begin to release more merch through Opinionated. Maybe get yourself a discount code if we see you've been a loyal follower. Maybe see if we could do something.
Yeah.
Cam.
What's up?
Welcome to another great week, my friend. We are here. It is a Wednesday. I am exhausted. I am laid back, kicked back. I got the Final Few hoodie on from the concrete. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie, man. Been getting whooped.
Yeah.
Been
whooping your ass.
Yeah, man. Been getting the all handed to me, dog. Very grateful to be in the position I'm in, but it's just one of those things to where you're just working.
It comes with it.
Oh,
for
sure.
As roles increase, I mean, I'm currently in transition of finding something myself and trying to find what I think will be a better career fit and whatnot. So while still maintaining work, having to do that, searching, getting on calls, interviews, stuff like that, while still running Opinionated in the business, and finally finished up my last unit of school, I think yesterday. So just a lot of work going on.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That boy finished the last unit.
Yeah, so I got another one in the summer, and I also
you got to chug tequila this weekend.
Now I'm gonna be chilling, bro. Be chilling. UFC 300, which we'll get into later in the
UFC
episode.
300 is this weekend.
Yeah. We'll definitely be getting into that later this weekend. So yeah, action-packed month. I mean, I was talking to the boys we're all pretty busy in April. Like we all have stuff going on. There's a ton of stuff going on. Birthdays.
It felt like March was crazy, and now as we get into April, I'm like, dog.
Bro, I look at the calendar. I'm just like, man, I got something. Like next week is my only like light week, and obviously we're still shooting Win to Say Win, but might be shooting some content with Shoney, some sports stuff.
Shout out the boy.
So getting some stuff, trying to get some stuff prepped for the draft, so we can have some videos and stuff come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, excited.
That's why Drake May is going to be the first overall pick, huh?
Man, I seen that nonsense, man. They better chill with that, bro. They better chill.
You gotta love social media, bro. Biggest
PFF, bro.
Clickbait is crazy.
So sus, bro. Like,
oh, that wasn't PFF. That was Bleacher Report, which I'm not surprised.
I do not take. I don't take Bleacher Report
like, you know,
seriously.
like as a news source, absolutely. But in terms of this is where our staff rank these prospects for the.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just nowadays there's so many outlets like On3, PFF, ESPN, Bleacher Report. I mean, you have
Rivals,
Fox,
24/7.
So like you got all kind of sources that are putting out content to twist narratives. Even there's even like smaller accounts like the one I posted on the Opinionated Sports page, that JPG Visuals. He makes some cool graphics and stuff.
JPG Visuals.
So,
I do love his content.
So
I do love his content.
The visuals and
Hayes Fawcett.
You know, people committing left
Elite
and right.
college football.
Yeah, so it's like, you know,
we do this. You know what I'm saying?
There's no off season, as Josh Pate likes to say, but going into somebody that released a project called the off season. Yeah, you like that? I know you do. But
dog, I'm not even shaking my head at that. I expect that out of you because you're a veteran in this game. But dog, I have so many conflicted
I sent you
feelings.
that late because I got it sent to me late, and I was like, bro, I have to send this man this.
Bro,
what was your initial thoughts watching that clip?
All right, man. So for those of you who are kind of out of the loop, and I'm sure you guys will be in the loop by the time this comes out, but we're gonna give a fat summary real quick of everything that went on. You remember in the Like That verse off feature. You remember the Like That feature by Kendrick Lamar on Future and Metro's We Don't Trust You, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that verse took some shots at Cole and at Drake. Mainly more Drake, but I do think Cole was included in that with the F the big three, it's just big me.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
So he gets that bar off. We're all waiting the rebuttal, right? Drake posting spicy IG captions. My dog, I get it. He building the hype right now. You know what I'm saying? If you want to give the people a show, you might as well add to the theatrics. So he's building the show. Cole surprise drops out of nowhere this past Friday. Might delete later. You saw us talking about it. He's been teasing a lot about it. He's been, posting videos, and me and Cam called the number and previewed a song he posted on his Instagram. He did all this, bro. All this crazy stuff, right? Delivers 7-minute drill. Spicy. Mm-hmm. Talking nasty to Kendrick.
Talking crazy, bro.
Talking tough.
Crazy.
And as a fan that is a fan of rap, as a fan who J. Cole is my favorite rapper of all time, as a fan of the game, I loved it. Because it didn't feel like there was any true beef behind it. It really sounded like two greats were just going to give us a round of bars. But at the end of the day, it wasn't like they hated each other. They obviously don't dislike each other. You know, Cole just wanted his respect. We talked about he's a competitor. He has a background in basketball and in competition. He was going to go walk on to St. John's team when he was in college. You know, he's always wanted to distinguish himself as that guy, as the number one guy. We always talk about the big three, Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. Mm-hmm. I fall asleep early Sunday night. This man Cam hits my line. J. Cole had his Dreamville Festival. If you don't know, it's one of the biggest and best, and in my opinion, like one of the dopest music festivals hosted by J. Cole's label, Dreamville.
Shout out the boy.
At the end of Sunday, the last day of the festival, the closing set, J. Cole always comes out. He closes it, as he should. Cole goes on to recant 7-minute drill. Says it was the lamest thing he's ever done in his life. Says we're going to take it off of streaming services. It's done. I love Kendrick Lamar. We love Kendrick Lamar. Right? Boy, I was hotter than a fresh batch of French fries. Let me tell you what, dog. There is so much I could say. There's so much at that time. I could really just, I posted a story. I was so disappointed.
Dude.
We needed it.
Needed it, bro.
We needed it. And we needed
the
that.
thing is, too, like, he even, like, on Cole's response on that project. One, he delivered. We loved it. Great content. Jabs here and there.
For that to be a throwaway joint, for what it felt like, just a tape full of Lucy's.
Yes.
It was a great tape full of Lucy's.
And then you throw that on at the end. We don't even the project didn't even breathe a week, bro. Didn't even breathe a week.
A weekend.
Yeah,
a weekend.
We get to the
we got it Thursday night going into Friday.
Going into Friday, and it's like, and everyone's like, oh, everyone's getting all excited. I'm over here texting the group chat. It's like, we know Future and Metro are about to drop their second project
this Friday,
and like we're like, okay. Obviously, Cole responded already. Will Drake respond in between?
Oh man,
which I personally think Drake's gonna drop on Friday as well. Maybe not a project. I think he's gonna respond soon.
And
according to Joe Budden.
I don't even want to talk about which. We'll get into that here in a second.
Yeah.
That's a little bit farther in our timeline. To answer your initial question,
yes. How did that make you feel, bro? Especially as a J. Cole fan.
Disappointed as first, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Because there's a difference when you talk about beef and you talk about the degrees of beef that the rap game has seen. Mm-hmm. Now, for those of you, let me nerd out real quick. For those of you who aren't understanding of the background of rap, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the history of rap, for those of you who don't really know the connotation of rap, rap is a genre that has been founded and has a lot of its roots based in competition, right? You have obviously things such as rap battles, right? Rap leagues, right? You have things such as people who would break dance to rap songs, right? And compete in that, right? You have people who did DJ sets against each other where they would mix their best set, right? Mm-hmm. The essence of hip hop and rap is founded essentially within the nature of competition. And over time, we've seen some of the degrees of these beefs go from minimal to very heavy, right? Mm-hmm. We saw, obviously, when the NWA breakup happened and Cube split apart from them, he dropped one of the hottest diss records, which was No Vaseline. Mm-hmm. No Vaseline was a crazy track because that was a real issue Cube was having with NWA and Jerry Heller, who was Eazy-E's manager. Same thing with Tupac and Biggie. Real issues, right?
Yeah.
Real problems.
100%.
So when you hear J. Cole and Kendrick in this essence, number one, right? In my opinion, Kendrick did go on that track and say, F the big three, it's just Big Me. He did this Cole. Yes, you made first person shooter. Maybe he didn't, and this is going to get into a whole nother tangent, maybe he doesn't like Drake. I don't think Drake and Kendrick like each other anymore. I really don't.
Yeah, I really think like
I think that's done. I
think they really do not like each other.
I really don't think they do, which is crazy because
which is so like odd. I wouldn't say random.
Some of the best collaborations of all time have come from those two. Poetic Justice, fucking Problems.
It's
the interlude off of Take Care.
Yeah,
I jump right in and fall asleep.
But it's just interesting to me. It's
because you are the death of me.
I like obviously know they've been jabbing each other, and like in my mind, I'm like
for a minute, dog.
It's competitive nature, and then I think
2013,
since 2013, and then I think J. Cole. I think this is what happened too. Like no more and more I process it because going into what you're saying, I was extremely disappointed seeing Cole full like that, especially with the way because for a lot of Cole fans, he kind of had the narrative if you weren't like really into hip hop that he was boring, what yada yada yada.
His raps put you to sleep.
Exactly. But
he wasn't an entertainer.
But lately he's been making really,
which
obviously
is crazy.
He's like really like in his prime now. Like he's gotten better as he's gotten older, and he's making music that a lot more of the mainstream media are able to consume and digest at a higher level, right? And he's been able to, every verse he gets on, every feature he gets on, he bodies it, he snaps. So when he says this after laying out a great response diss, basically because they threw out the bait on first person shooter. Kendrick responds on Like That, and then J. Cole responds on 7 Minute Drill. And then when you look at the concept of what 7 Minute Drill is and what
Kendrick was hurt when he said the Spider-Man meme was me looking at Drake. He said, what?
Yeah, he was like, oh, I got to get in there and I got to respond. Okay. But then you like got J. Cole respond on 7 Minute Drill. It doesn't even age long enough. At his own festival, he gets on the mic and he apologizes. He explains how he makes it feel, and I after digesting it a little bit, I kind of understand J. Cole in this aspect of it because he is at his core and his heart. He really is a good dude.
He's a very solid dude, which is why it's hard to disrespect him.
And he is probably taking the higher road. And I think what is going on is I think J. Cole is friends with Kendrick and Drake, and I think J. Cole being literally quote unquote the middle child, I think J. Cole was like, okay, I got my shit off. I said what I said. I'll put my chin out there, take the best jab. But beyond this, you and Drake literally do not like each other. and it's gonna get taken outside of rap. And I think J. Cole was like, okay, it's time for me to step away, and I might take some criticism from the mass population or people in the industry. Yeah. But J. Cole, obviously being the rapper he is, probably knows what's really about to happen, and he's like, all right, I got my shit off. I'm gonna just sit back and let y'all duke it out.
So I agree with you.
That's kind of like what I think now.
To that extent, because when I first heard that, again, due to the nature of rap and what competition is, J. Cole is somebody literally, even on my delete later, Ready 24 with Cameron. Mm-hmm. I do this. I'm the best. There's nobody fucking with me. There'll never be anybody to fuck with me in this. Mm-hmm. I do this. I'm true to this. I'm the best. You do that. What do you think comes with the nature of those claims, right? Even somebody like Kendrick. Kendrick has never apologized for any of his disses. He dropped Control and did not say sorry to a single person. He gave his respect. He says, I got love for y'all, but I'm trying to murder you.
No, facts.
So when he says that, he's telling you, look, bro, I got love for y'all. I really do respect y'all for what y'all do. I can't take that away. But at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, it's my responsibility to prove and to show I am better than every single one of you. Cool. That is, you're supposed to. So as Cole, when I'm looking at Cole as a rapper, not just an artist, but as a rapper, I'm thinking, Cole, you know you and Kendrick don't got no serious issue. Maybe you felt like some of the stuff of what you said was tough, but you're proving a point, brother. Mm-hmm. You're out there to say, look, man, I'm just hot, if not hotter than you. My raps are better than yours. My projects can be considered just as great as yours. Now, again, he's a great guy. Absolutely. That's where the conflicts comes in. If you're a great guy, you do have to acknowledge your peers and what they do, but you have to have a bit of cockiness and sturdiness to you in terms of the product and what you're delivering. Not saying you got to go and be like, oh, yada, yada, yada. But again, you're starting off your tracks, and in your verses over multiple occurrences, you stated, I'm that guy.
I'm the guy. I'm him. The best. And I'm going to prove it to you.
On the night I was born, rain was pouring, God was crying. What? Like, you're literally saying my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, was downpouring the earth the day you were born because he knew you were going to be the best rapper to ever do it, which is a crazy bar. And I get it's just the lyrics and it's just for jokes, but you have to understand it's the nature of the game, right? So as time has gone on and we've learned a little bit more, and Joe Budden drops that excerpt of I've got good intel, right? I'm not going to believe that BS until I see it, bro, honestly.
He do got the intel.
I'm not going to believe that. I'm not going to believe that because he could still be being antagonistic and try to be poking and prodding because he's done that.
For sure.
And he's gotten responses out of Drake previously.
For sure.
On multiple occasions.
Which shows the influence of Budden, even though outside, yes, Joe wasn't the greatest rapper because he obviously fizzled out and did something else. At the end of the day, if if Joe Budden wanted to be, like, obviously he is a staple for the podcast game. He inspired people like me and you to get on a mic and talk about our thoughts on topics that we feel like we have great and higher knowledge on. So I give him his props to that. But when it comes to like rapping and stuff, he obviously knows what he's talking about. He has connections in the industry. But at the end of the day, Joe Budden would be, he became a rapper to be like a Drake, to be like a J. Cole. And he fizzled out because he just kind of lost that gravitation.
You got to think too. I think Joe Budden kind of, there's a lot of times where I do disagree with him and his personality. I'm a big Rory and Mal guy, so just seeing that whole situation kind of played out was really kind of disgusting.
Well, that was literally my favorite podcast of all time.
What him and Rory and Mal?
Bro, yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
I'd be like, man, new Joe Budden 3-hour episode. I'm locked in because as a connoisseur of hip hop and then just for the culture, they were like the first
they were going crazy
for the culture. Really,
they were going crazy.
So yeah, I piggyback off of what you're saying. I definitely agree with that stance. And like Joe Budden and academics, because I was talking to Devin, Joe Budden and academics in situations like this are probably the only, like, I don't really watch Joe anymore. I don't really watch.
You think they're the only credible sources?
I wouldn't say they're only credible sources, but like when them two were talking about like
something everybody listens
and stuff like this, I'm gonna tune in. Like I'm gonna tune into
Joe
Budden right now.
You know how many people were posted that?
I'm gonna tune into clips.
You know how many people were posted that?
The clip?
Bro, yes. Rap, Complex, Genius.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like
running up the views, bro.
What's crazy because it's like I get why y'all respect Joe Budden, and I'm not gonna hate on Joe. Like I said, that situation with the Rory Mal, we don't know all the details and whatnot. I
happened a couple years ago.
I know I listened to them more than I listen to Joe, but I still respect Joe for his impact and what he brings to the game. And, right, but I know off of history. I know off of what he's done to get a response from Drake in prior situations. I know how media and the game is, dog. Anything can be said. Anything can be said. Who does K-Dot talk to and link with for Joe to know that he went in the booth and dropped something? For that to happen, that makes me think K-Dot, if that does happen, that makes me think K-Dot circles back on We Still Don't Trust You, because apparently he's supposed to be a feature on there, and he's dropping something disgusting again.
He's gonna drop something again, and I think he's
gonna be another.
I think he might be dropping his own something soon, maybe like a single.
Hey, if we get Drake and Kendrick on the same day, I promise you guys will not see me this weekend.
Yeah,
I won't even show up to UFC 300.
And I'm getting Mike. Yeah.
Which is crazy because we're not even getting into that because of this stuff. Because
and that's
of this.
The thing. It's like, damn, all this and going back and like before we hit our little intermission, going into like music lately. Like I was talking to the boys and I was like, bro, like obviously music comes out yearly, big artists drop yearly. But in my opinion,
the end of 2023 going into 2024 has been crazy,
bro. Like I haven't been this excited for the industry, and like me listening to Joe Budden clip or whatever, like I haven't been doing that for years, bro. And like lately, I'm like finally like my favorite artists, or there's something to talk about. There's something with some buzz. Yeah. I'm genuinely excited for what is on the horizon from this.
Oh, without a doubt,
you know,
ready.
like as a consumer, I'm like, bro, I don't really care. Like whoever this is, who it doesn't matter. Whoever has a better verse, it doesn't matter. But but it's just entertaining for me or you and like people who like music. And it's like, bro, like. They're active.
Yeah,
like, that's what I care about. They're
which is crazy because you know these guys are 10 plus years into the game at this point. They're still releasing stuff. I just think to put a pretty little ball on all this, it's interesting. And I noted this as I was doing some research 3 years ago when Cole dropped the offseason. He hopped on KD and his homeboys pod, the ETC pod, etc. pod, and basically said that he was looking to erase the competition amongst his peers, Drake and Kendrick specifically, and build relationships. Right. So when I look at stuff like that, I think if you're looking to do that and you're looking to take yourself out of the competition, right? When we look at who's the best, the only real metric we have to measure the best, quote unquote, is stats, statistics. That's the only thing we can use in a logical sense to measure who's the best. In all cases of the world, we could say this person is smart. We could say this person uses great production. This person has crazy lyrics. The only thing we can use to measure those metrics are literally statistics. Everything else is just
for sure. I mean,
everything else is simply subjective.
Like, I mean, when you see that tweet from academics, so and so's on pace to sell 90K, so and so's on pace to sell 200K. You're like, damn, they're only selling 90K, or wow, Uzi is about to sell 400K off of Eternal. It's like when you see something like that,
exactly,
you're like, oh, okay, like, and at the end of the day, you are making music to sell it.
Yes.
So if
you absolutely are.
So like, and obviously people have different fan bases. Someone like Drake is the ultra mega superstar in the game because there's people that don't even listen to rap, but they listen to Drake. There's people that literally listen to only country that will listen to Drake, or only pop that will listen to Drake. And he's been able to elevate as an artist, but still also have that respect from the rap game.
Which is why people consider him the best rapper.
Yeah.
Because he has that appeal.
Yeah, but I just think that's just because
I'm telling you, that's the public.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's the public perception. I think people that are like,
and it's funny because Mom made a point about that too.
Yeah, I think people that are more like really like deep into hip hop. I think they like, obviously we all respect Drake, we all love Drake too. But I think like people that are like really deep into hip hop, they kind of see through some of the shit and they're like more of like the critic. Like they're like, oh, Drake can get away with certain stuff, which is fair, and he's earned that. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of
you don't think Kendrick Lamar can?
Kendrick Lamar's fan base is interesting as well. Very. They remind me a lot of like Kanye's fan base.
Absolutely, 110%.
Like
they're a cult.
Like yeah.
And I respect Kendrick, but
but you know what I'm saying? It's like
one of my best friends is a diehard Kendrick.
Oh yeah,
fan.
I've been talking to Matt about you.
Of course. Of course, he was on my line the second all this happened. What is Drake gonna do? How's he gonna respond? Yada yada yada. I'm like, come on, bro. And it's just can't do any wrong.
Yeah, they ain't my big bro future. I just got off the phone with Pluto the other day.
Cut the cameras. Cam, if I feel like the only outcome moving forward is one of two things, and we've discussed this previously. Either this is the craziest, marketing ploy of all time in recent hip hop history, and maybe all time in general, to get Drake, Kendrick's, and Cole, and Future, and Boomin's numbers up, which would be absolutely ridiculous.
I love it.
But I'm talking about they would have the game in shambles if that was the case, because they could be doing all this just to pop out on a crazy 3. Can you imagine if they all got together on one song?
Yeah, what I think.
What if they do all this and then they get together on one song?
Which is like the conspiracy. I really think that
I'll put my tinfoil hat on.
I think that's a possibility. I really do. But I also do think with J. Cole addressing that the way he did at his festival, that relatively that quickly.
Yeah.
I think he's obviously been on tour with Drake. I think he had Drake in his ear, been on tour with Drake. Obviously, they were like, oh, yeah, I'm finna respond, blah, blah, blah. And Cole's like, oh, I'm competitive. Cole and them, he the moment. You hear some shit like that from left field, you're like, oh, I'm finna get in the booth right now and respond. I got some stuff.
And he had already had those other songs ready.
Yeah, exactly. So I could just drop something, whatever, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, facts.
And then he probably like had that post clarity as people were saying in the comments. that fool, bro, the memes were crazy. They said that man Kendrick, or
less than 72 hours.
Bro, they said that man J. Cole was seeing Kendrick top of the moaning.
Hey, bro.
And then someone was like, they saw Kendrick.
You remember? Yeah, the Untitled Unmastered.
Bro, had me crying. People were like, Kendrick's a boogeyman for real.
Bro. You saw what he said on the Part 4, April 9th. I'm giving y'all till April 9th.
Yeah, that
happened April 9th.
That's actually crazy.
So either this is the greatest marketing ploy of all time, or we are really about to get a war from two of the biggest rappers of our generation.
What if these fools dropped an album with all 4 of these men, like Drake, Future, J. Cole, Kendrick,
and Metro Boomin executively produced it?
I lose my mind.
I told you I would have seen me for a month.
I'd probably delete my social media. Bro.
I would absolutely. I'd give up podcasting.
Yeah,
I'd give up the channel and everything.
I can't believe they just did that.
I'd give up the channel. I never believe anything I'd ever read on the internet again. Without a doubt.
But I really...
it's already 50-50 with me. I can't... I don't...
But I really think they don't like each other, though.
I do, too.
So, I think that's why J. Cole decided to back out, because he likes both of them.
It's like both of his boys.
He's just like, I'm just going to let them do their shit.
You got 2 boys that you mess with both of them, right? Because he still messes with Drake. He messes with Kendrick. And he's like, you know what, man? I don't know where this is going. I don't know where y'all going to take it. I'm just going to bow out early. And in regards to this... I respect that, because you don't want to come in between a fight that really has nothing to do with you at its core. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I do know that Kendrick did say what he said about F the big 3, it's just me, and you were included in that conversation. Yeah. You were included in that conversation.
The thing is,
Kendrick don't apologize at all.
Cole's finna get some strays just because.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is fair.
Oh, no. He is. And then that's what we're going to see, because what level is Kendrick going to take it to now?
No, for sure.
If he goes crazy on Cole, I'm inclined to think Cole may take back what he said.
Yeah, if he does that, like if he because I feel like this, if Kendrick kind of does what Cole did, because I mean even on the diss, like I mean Joe Budden, they were like, oh, like they're like, yeah, started kind of friendly, like talking about Cole's diss to Kendrick, like the tone of the song wasn't as aggressive, or there was no vigor on there, right? But I think Cole is going to be, if he hears something crazy, I think Cole will actually be more inclined to go back inside.
Oh, without a doubt, he'll walk back that comment.
Because if Kendrick comes out and just talks about, oh, like your music, you can't compete, like just some subtle jabs and shit, I think Cole is gonna be good on that, because that's kind of what he did. But if Kendrick comes out, Kendrick says something like personal, oh yeah, I think Cole.
If Kendrick comes out and says something about Cole's family or Cole's friends,
yeah,
Dreamville full of failures,
yeah,
hell yeah, Cole gonna be like, all right. Look, I gotta.
Yeah. All right. And then that's what I.
He gonna call Drake. He going straight to Canada. I swear to God.
That's what I needed.
I swear to God. Look, me and you both. Both. We're gonna see what happens. Probably by the time this come out, we will already have our answer, and I'm hoping we do. Mm-hmm. But it's just crazy to think, bro. In hindsight, like these boys are really about to go to war. Mm-hmm. It's a possibility, and I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the fireworks. I know I'm a Drake fan. I talk a lot of mess, but at the end of the day, right? Hip hop is hip hop. Rap is rap. It's a sport of competition, and arguably speaking, we might get one of the most highlight events we've seen since Biggie and Tupac, right? Pray nobody gets hurt. We obviously don't want violence. We don't want anything crazy like that. It's not worth it, right? But I do want to see bars being thrown at each other. Without a doubt. Cam.
Talk to me.
Let's talk about some video games on a lighter note.
Yeah. So BAFTA, the British Academy of Film and Television Arts. The British
Academy for Film, Television and Arts
conducted a poll of the most iconic
video game characters
according to 4,000 people.
Yes.
And here is what they came up with. We're gonna go 15.
Let's read the list first.
Yeah, we'll go 15 down.
We'll give we'll read starting at number 15. Let's read the list fully.
Okay.
And then we'll start divulging into our thoughts. Let's leave all comments for then. Let's just get through these picks.
Sounds good.
And then we'll go into it. Yes, this is BAFTA. This is the British Academy of Film and Television Arts.
See, I'm not gonna lie. You sent me this last night, and I was like, bruh.
Cam was in my messages hot.
Now that BAFTA,
I have never seen Cam this hot since Baylor beat Oklahoma 2 years ago.
Now that I'm like, who is like now that this British company,
British.
That's
the thing that threw me off today. I was gonna say the same.
Bro. What video games have they made?
I was gonna say the same thing. Like if this was Japan, understandable,
yeah, a little bit different.
Understandable.
Or an American.
If this was Japan, I'd get it. If this was Canada, I'd get it. USA, I'd get. This is the UK.
Yeah, so. We're gonna start off.
Let me chill out before I go over there and they talking about I'll wet your mate.
Crash Bandicoot.
Number 15.
What I want you to do is highlight the brands that are like shown on here more, like Microsoft, PlayStation, Nintendo.
Okay.
Sega.
Okay.
So like count like decipher that, like get a like
I'll tell you right now, the bottom two. So number 15 is Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
Number 14 is Solid Snake from the Metal Gear Solid series.
PlayStation.
Both Sony IPs,
Sony. Yes.
right? Number 13 is Steve from Minecraft. That is Mojang Studios, I believe.
Yeah.
Number 12 is Pikachu, Pokemon. That is I wish Devin was here. He would tell me. I know that studio. I know them. Game Freak.
But
Game
it's more.
Freak
But that's
Studios.
like on Nintendo.
But you could consider it more of a Nintendo because that's the platform it first came out on. So we can
more
call
so
it.
thinking about like what platform are these being played
So
on.
we have two Sonys. We have a PC.
Yeah.
We have Nintendo. Arthur Morgan at number 11. Red Dead Redemption series.
Everyone.
I'll give that Sony first because Red Dead Redemption came out on PS2. Before it came,
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption and
Red Dead Revolver.
Red Dead Revolver was a PS2 classic too.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So I'll give that to Sony. Kratos God of War series, another Sony IP, right? Because it was literally, it's still not on it.
You skipped Shadowheart.
I did. I'm sorry. Shadowheart from the Baldur's Gate series. Not too familiar with Baldur's
Neither
Gate.
am I.
I know that game originated on PC, to my understanding. So we'll count that as PC's
This
console.
list gets jacked.
Yes.
Master Chief at 8.
Number
is
8,
nuts.
Halo, Microsoft.
Nuts.
Number 7, Link, The Legend of Zelda series.
Nice.
That's Nintendo. Number 6, Pac-Man from the Pac-Man series. That's Arcade Cabinet. That's in its own class. Sackboy from the Little Big Planet series at number 5, which is another Sony IP. Number 4 is Sonic from Sonic the Hedgehog. That is Sega. Sega had its own line of consoles. For those of you who are too young, you viewers that may be too young to understand what a Sega console is, we had the Dreamer or the Dreamcast, we had the Genesis, and we had the Saturn. And those are a little bit even before our time. Number 3, Agent 47 from the Hitman series. Don't know where console he originated on. I think he was made for all of them, if my understanding is correct. Number 2 is Super Mario. Mario from the Super Mario Bros. Series. He was a Nintendo guy. So there's that. And then number 1 is Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, which is, I believe, was a PlayStation.
Shout out my baby.
That was a PlayStation game.
Bro, I loved me some Tomb Raider. Like, it's my favorite game.
So we have a good mix. I see a lot of PlayStation IPs in here, right? See a lot of craziness. This is the poll they conducted amongst 4,000 people. We don't know where they conducted this interview at. We don't know the people in which they interviewed. We don't know the demographics.
Whoever I'm shitting on all these people.
I need to do more research in that. I saw this pull up and I had so many questions. Because Cam, first of all, who the f is Shadowheart?
I can tell you. I'm actually gonna be looking stuff up as we're discussing.
That's fine. Seeing this made me go into deep thought and research yesterday as I begin to dive deep down as the true gamer I am into what the hell these folks were talking about, right? So first of all, I'm going to just get this bar off the top. I think this list is missing Sora from Kingdom Hearts, right? For those of you who don't know, Kingdom Hearts is a Disney and Final Fantasy mashup RPG game. It is beautiful. It is phenomenal. I love it. It is one of the very first games I played as a kid that I really put my heart, soul, and time into. Just a banger in every sense of the regard. Shout out my boy CJ, because CJ gave me that Kingdom Hearts air freshener that was done by Kodan, the graphic designer, the guy who makes all those animations and stuff. CJ gave me the Kingdom Hearts air freshener. It's so dope. Still have it in my car today. Sora has a soft spot for me. He's in my top 5 personally, right? So that's my biggest grief. Now, that aside, I don't know why a character who originated in a video game that just came out last year, I want to say Baldur's Gate 3 came out last year, is on this list. I really don't. I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense at all to me. Lastly, I believe this list is missing characters such as Samus Aran from the Metroid series, the Big Daddy from BioShock, Cloud Strife from the Final Fantasy series, Geralt of Rivette from the Witcher series, Scorpion and Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat, Ratchet and Clank from the Ratchet and Clank series, Pyramid Head from the Silent Hill series, Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series, Doom Guy from the Doom series, Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell, and certainly, last but certainly not least, either CJ or Nico Bellic from Grand Theft Auto. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
San Andreas and 4, respectively.
And I think the reason they probably, I can't even say that now because I was like, they actually have a character that is only on one game. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, they're
Shadowheart.
Yeah, even Arthur Morgan, like he's in one game. You know what I'm saying? So like,
which is crazy. And that game came out 4 years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago, maybe.
Well, you know that game's the most selling game of all, or like top 5.
Arthur Morgan is in my top 5 too. No cap.
61 million copies.
Yeah, Arthur Morgan is in my top 5.
But I think the only reason it did, I'm not excluding Arthur Morgan because that's one of my favorite games ever. I just think the game, the story, how realistic it is. I just replayed it a year ago.
They doubled down.
Yeah, it's just such a good game.
They doubled down.
It's just such a good game. And then there was
down.
so much anticipation from Red Dead 1. And shout out John Marston. Like, he had such a pedigree. So like everyone was like, oh my gosh, like it's John
Marston was tough.
They delivered it. Obviously they delivered.
Because you have to understand it was GTA 4. Then it was Red Dead Redemption. Then GTA 5 came out, and then Red Dead Redemption 2. And now we're supposed to get GTA 6 by 2026, is it? So I think this list, now, there are some picks I do agree with on here. For this to be ranked like this, first of all, is ugly, right? You have to keep Steve in there. I believe so. Minecraft as big and as popular and as wide of a game
Minecraft
that is.
Minecraft sold 300 million copies.
Yeah, you have to keep
selling game ever.
Steve is absolutely understandable.
Yeah.
Solid Snake is understandable in my opinion. Hideo Kojima literally did numbers off that shit. So without a doubt, yes, Hideo Kojima and Solid Snake. Crash Bandicoot, of course, right? Those make sense.
Bro, Agent
Pikachu
47,
makes sense.
That's off the list.
For a top 5, it is iconic.
Nuts.
It is iconic, but it's just not
their
top
games
5.
Are garbage now.
It's just not top 5.
And it's not even. I don't even think it's top 15.
We have to understand because here's the thing: it's iconic video game characters, not the game itself,
but I feel
the
like
character.
That has to, like,
because you brought up good
weight.
points, and I want you to get those bars off that you were yesterday.
Weight, though.
Halo was a game that did transform the video game industry.
Yes,
right. It completely Halo 2 introduced online multiplayer in a more formal way. It brought competitive gaming to the forefront with things such as MLG and Battlegrounds and whatnot.
Yes.
And you had the increase of people taking an active interest in wanting to have some sort of online service to play games with their friends.
Yes.
So Halo 2 did a lot revolutionized the first-person shooter.
And then the first Halo made, like, literally without the... Because I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube, but the
Halo Combat Evolved.
The Xbox documentary, have you seen that on YouTube?
I have not.
So I have not. Watching that and like seeing like literally they're over here trying to make a console. They're battling Sony and this is Sony like PS2, like after PS1, like there's no console even remotely close to the PS2.
The 360
at that time.
Changed the scope of
So when
gaming.
they made Xbox, the first one, they're trying to figure out how to make it, what game is gonna, and they produce Halo.
Mind you, the Xbox competed with the PS2.
Yes.
Halo was great. Xbox really did not have a lot of.
That's
good,
all it had.
Well, it had a few.
It had Fusion Frenzy.
Fusion Frenzy. It had Psychonauts. It had Forza.
Yeah.
And there's another game I'm missing on there. Beyond Good and Evil, I think is the game is called. And that I don't really think of any. Oh no, I'm sorry. That started off on Sega. Jet Set Radio.
But like for it to have an exclusive game as big as Halo, it literally is.
So here's the thing:
reason the Xbox exists.
Remember, PS2 and Xbox. PS2 by far was still the superior console.
For sure,
it's a top 3 console all
but
time.
I'm saying like the only reason Xbox even has a life.
We need to have. Don't let me forget that top 3 consoles all time. I'm sorry. I just thought about that because that's a bar right there. Okay, go on though. I'm sorry. I just thought about that.
The only reason Xbox exists is literally because of Halo. Like if they didn't have Halo, they would have shut it down. They would have shut down the Xbox.
I don't know if they would have shut down.
It wouldn't have been successful.
I don't know if they would have shut down the Xbox. I think because Halo 2 came out on the Xbox as well. Actually, yeah, Halo 2 did come out on the Xbox as well. But they knew they needed to come with something tough. And in terms of the game itself, Halo 3 was the penultimate. It's a top 5. It's a top 5 game all time.
I've been watching clips on it lately, and it still looks so good.
Bro, it's a top 5 game all time. What Halo 3 did to the gaming industry is what Call of Duty Modern Warfare did to the gaming industry.
Yeah, that was when that was the peak era game. Games don't hit like that no more. They just don't. Bro.
You have your one-offs that come and cause calamity like Elden Rings and your
like story, but they're like story games. I feel like there hasn't been like a multiplayer.
Which Halo? That's what Halo started off as.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like there hasn't been like a multiplayer game because like obviously Halo's story is so good, but then they evolved it. Combat evolved. You know what I'm saying?
You know, hey.
They knew what they were doing, bro. Halo Combat
Real
evolved.
OGs, come on, bro.
They evolved.
They evolved the gaming marketplace.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like Halo, like
so, but that's where I feel like you have to take the character outside of the game. Even though the game, we know the character of Master Chief, and that's what this list is for. If you look at Master Chief as a character, Halo 1, 2, and 3, he's doing immaculate numbers. He is him. We get to see the lore because we mainly had 1 and 2 as story-driven games. Halo 3 comes out, everybody mess with it because of the story, but then we got to get Forge, we got multiplayer. So Halo 3 as a game completely blew the video game industry out of the water.
Yeah.
Master Chief as a character, however, past Halo 3, the name doesn't hold that weight anymore.
Yeah,
it's tough.
But it doesn't need to.
It doesn't. Because if you look at somebody like
because Halo became,
look at Lara Croft.
Halo's such a multiplayer-esque game now that like, and that's just with any games now that are like that. Kind of it's just like, okay, you playing Halo, but nowadays like really they shouldn't have extended the story, but obviously Halo's being,
and that's what hurts it.
Such a big market and demographic.
In my opinion, that's what hurts it.
But you also got to realize too, there's 2 different companies that made it, like 1 through 3.
Oh no, Bungie is crazy. 343,
343, hit or miss.
Yeah,
literally like Halo 4. The worst Halo I've ever played.
ODST and Reach were tough. I don't care what anybody says.
And those are Bungie games too.
Those are ODST was a 343 game.
No, it's Bungie.
It's 343. They let 343 develop that one while they took over Reach because if you remember, they came out at the same time.
But it's still like
so Bungie produced it, but it was developed formally. It was developed, written, acted. All that was conducted by 343.
And it's basically copy and pasted.
Story is great.
I'm talking about like the mechanics.
I'm a big story.
It's like the same game.
Oh, without it, I'm a big story guy.
Oh yeah, the story is great.
So that for me was better than like any Halo game after that because you were literally just you were just a soldier.
Now,
you weren't even a Spartan.
Reach is pretty good.
You weren't. But here's the thing: you weren't even a Spartan in ODST. You were literally like a frontline trooper. No armor, no crazy injection, no like, John 117.
They're like higher end. They're like higher end Marines. They're like they're like people that were close to being Spartans, but didn't go through like the
augmentation process. So that's what I'm saying. So like you were literally just a frontlines guy who was tough, but there was hundreds of you, thousands of you even. There wasn't thousands of Spartans. There's one Spartan.
Yeah.
And it was John 117.
Yeah. Well, he was the last one that was alive.
You feel me? So look, check it. I think as a character,
he needs to be a top 5.
As a character, he could be top 5 without a doubt. As a character, he could be top 5. That's where this list is kind of crazy.
His game is top 3 though.
As a character, Halo 3 is a top 3 game, but as a character, the series, I don't know if I can say it's top.
Because what 1, 2, and 3 did in general.
Because 3
every single one elevated.
See,
with
now
the
you're
time.
having a whole different conversation too.
Though.
Because 3 could carry that series by itself.
Exactly, but there's no 3 without 2, and 2 is arguably better than 3 because of what it did.
2 is better than 3 because of
3 is this 2 improved.
2 is the prelude.
Yes.
2 is the prelude to me. 2 is you see it cooking. You see the ideas
was so
coming.
good because people were like, "Oh, we can't play online. We're gonna have LAN parties." LAN parties literally started because of Halo.
I don't even know if they had LAN parties in the original Halo.
They did. You could connect. You could do that
in the original Halo, though. I know in Halo 2 you could.
Yes.
Really? Mm-hmm. I got to go back and look at that because I'll tell you what. Ooh, excuse me. Look. I know you were pissed off when you see my boy Sackboy in there. I did want to get that bar off.
Yeah, I'm not hating. I have
a Sackboy statue,
but that's a little high. Bro.
Fun fact: I have a Sackboy statue at the crib, and he holds the PS5 controller for you, or he holds controllers for you.
Like it's a little.
But he's a little statuette.
I think that's a little high on there because it's just a mini game.
Little Big Planet is not a mini game.
Well, it's mini games.
It's not mini games. It's a platformer.
Yeah, that's the same shit.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's like,
you don't call Super Mario World a mini game. It's a full on story.
It's
that
like,
has levels like Halo had levels.
This game they literally sold this with the console to me. So to me that also
the first Little Big Planet was a launch title. Every other Little Big Planet was not. Little Big Planet 2 and Little Big Planet 3 were not launch titles.
I just can't. I just don't know how.
It's one of the highest selling PlayStation games of all time.
Because it was.
But you're just talking about the customization of everything. Have you ever played, like, actually in depth played? You could customize levels. You could customize characters.
Yeah,
you could build things from the ground up.
But
bro,
it's not better.
It literally had Forge mode. I'm not saying it's better. I'm just telling you it had a Forge mode in it.
I'm not. I just don't think it should be top 5. It should be top 10. It's not better than God of War. That's crazy to me.
But now you're confusing games with characters. That's where we can't cross lines here because characters are different.
That's not better than. It's not better than Kratos.
Hey, look, I don't know, man. Kratos.
When I think of PlayStation, I think of Kratos, bro. I think of Kratos, and I think of Crash, and I think of Spyro, and I think of Ratchet. I don't think of Sackboy. Maybe like 5 or 6.
See, I think Sackboy's in my top 3 when I think of PlayStation.
But you're thinking of Kratos first.
When I think of PlayStation,
yes. Is that what you're thinking of first? I think that's what you're thinking of.
Believe it or not, I'm not.
What are you thinking of first? Crash?
No, not even him.
Spyro?
No.
Ratchet?
No.
Who?
Sly Cooper.
See that? Like no.
Sly Cooper. And technically Sora from Kingdom Hearts because it was a PlayStation exclusive. It's first 3 games. I'm thinking first 2 games.
And the only reason like you don't think of
if you're talking about Sony exclusive IPs, I'm thinking of either Jack and Daxter or I'm thinking of
See, but to me this list is just disrespectful to Crash and Spyro because without them two, there literally is no PlayStation-esque mascot.
And you know,
Ratchet.
and you know where they both came from?
Yes, Sonic.
Shout out my dog.
The only reason they made
Shout out my dog.
Hold on. The only reason they make
Sonic top 3.
Spyro isn't
Sonic top 3.
Spyro isn't why they made. Spyro isn't why they.
There was not an animal mascot before there was Sonic.
But they didn't make Spyro for that. They made Spyro to compete with Mario.
They made Spyro. Well, no.
Yes.
They made Crash Bandicoot and Spyro at the same time because they didn't know which one was going to take off.
Yes.
That's why they wanted because they play as 2 different games.
Spyro.
They're both platformers.
Spyro is like more like level design,
but it's still a platformer technically.
Yes.
So that and Crash Band, they didn't know which one. Now again, that's more open world.
But Crash has more like Crash has more like spin-offs. Like you have like Crash Bandicoot,
tag team
and then
racing.
You have tag team racing.
Well, hold up
CTR,
now.
Mario Kart.
Skylanders sat there and completely shat on everything.
Yeah, we're not even gonna.
Okay, so like let's just keep it a buck here.
We're not gonna talk about.
Let's just keep it a buck here. Same way we got to talk about Halo 5 and Halo 6. Like those games or Halo 5. I don't even know if there's a Halo 6 out. And like Halo 5.
Yeah, there is. It's Halo Infinite.
My point exactly.
Which is good.
Which is one of the worst games to come out.
No, it's
in
not.
a very long time.
No, it's not.
Yes, it was. Infinite was not good.
Yes, it is.
Infinite is not good. Infinite's quite possibly the worst game in that series.
No, it's not. It's 4. Infinite is.
Take that back. It's 4, and then it's Infinite. Halo 4. Halo 4 is just as bad of a game.
Why are you saying Infinite though? Because of the story.
Gameplay was
gameplay is good.
Gameplay felt
it's good.
Gameplay felt like
you're talking to someone that played this shit competitively.
No, for sure. And I played Halo Infinite when it came out too.
I'm just saying like
Halo. We keep on getting back on the Halo train. I'm telling you, maybe Master Chief didn't need to be top 3.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Which is crazy.
The influence is ridiculous. Look at this man.
Here's the thing.
Holding a control. All right, bro.
See, you have that, and I got Sackboy. So stop disrespecting my dog.
Yeah, I would.
Stop disrespecting my dog for doing numbers.
Sackboy is not. I'm just saying, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, you're disrespecting me.
Like, they have Sackboy over Crash Bent. Like, that's crazy to me.
Which, again,
that's crazy.
Think about it.
You got to think of pedigree. There's no Sackboy without Crash.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Without Crash.
Don't do that. 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 You don't do that because here's the thing you're missing. You cannot name me after a Vortex Beyond Time. You cannot name me another Crash game that was just as good. But that's the point. That's the point.
Games anymore.
But that's the point. It's a part of an iconic video game character is your games. That's why you respect Master Chief so much because of his games.
Yes, but Sackboy is a new character. It came out way later.
Way later is what? PS3? How many of these characters came out around the PS3 area?
Steve came out on PS1.
Steve came out around the PS3 era. Shadowheart came out a year ago.
This is what I'm trying to tell you though. There is no Sackboy without Crash because if Crash wasn't successful, the PlayStation.
There ain't no Crash without Sonic, so we could keep this conversation going all day. Because hey, look,
Sonic. I'm not playing Sonic games personally.
Okay, and you're not playing Crash games either. You're playing the original Sonic the Hedgehog games. You absolutely are, without a doubt.
That's a damn lie. I see one down there right now.
Who?
I have a Crash game down there right now.
What is it? Which one?
I think it's the 4th one. Bandicoot, the most newest one, platform game.
The trilogy one?
No, I have the new one too. I have the new one on digital.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this.
And I've only played 30 minutes of it.
Exactly my point.
No, I don't have time.
Exactly
I don't
my
have
point.
time to game.
Exactly
I don't
my
have
point.
time to game.
Oh, you do have time to game because the second that NCAA 25 comes out, you're gonna have all the time in the world to game.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever they're gonna put. Hey, the Road to Glory player is number 1 on this list, so they need to pick that.
Yeah, we can agree on that.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? That game better go stupid. I'm talking about that better go crazy.
Did you feel real quick before we move on? Did you feel like any of the characters that I had listed deserve maybe to be on this list? You got to think Scorpion and Sub-Zero off GP.
Oh, for sure,
without a doubt.
And Ratchet and Clank, I'm biased. That's my favorite PlayStation game ever.
Like I believe you play that more than Crash Bandicoot.
So when I grew up, so if I named you my top 3 PlayStation characters, because I started off on PlayStation 1. If I name you my top,
that was your first console?
Yes.
Okay.
If I name you my top.
See, I was a Nintendo 64 kid. We wasn't on the same level.
I played that too. I used to play that pod racing game, that Star Wars one. Yeah,
hey, you're sick. You're talking about the one that had the...
Come on now. Come on now. He used to blow on the cartridges, no Diddy. But anyways, for real. I played the out of Spyro. That was my first game growing up.
PlayStation 1.
Yeah. PlayStation 1.
Sony.
And then I also played Ratchet. When I got my PS2, I got Ratchet and Clank Going Commando.
Mm-hmm.
And then, which was the second one.
Wow.
And then I went backtrack, bought the first one, bought them all. And every time Ratchet and Clank comes out on PlayStation, I don't miss it. That's my favorite. That is my favorite. Like, that's just my personal favorite PlayStation series.
I think the top 4 games, and I would say 3, but the 4 games I was playing religiously on the PS2 was Def Jam Fight for New York. It was Sly Cooper and the Devious.
Hood shit.
Absolutely.
I used to play. Oh, and Midnight Club.
I used to stomp. Hey, shout out to Joe Budden. I was actually stomping folks out with him and DMX. RIP.
And Midnight Club.
Top 5. Okay, so you had Def Jam 5 for New York. You had Midnight Club Dub Edition. You had
Tokyo Remix.
Sly Cooper and the Devious Raccoonist. You had Jack and Daxter 2. And then you had Kingdom Hearts 2. Those were the 5 games I was running consistently.
Yeah.
Running consistently. This list is absolutely disgusting. I don't think BAFTA needs to conduct another poll regarding video games ever again because the people in which you're polling don't know what they're talking about. The fact that nobody maybe even mentioned once a Sam Fisher, right? Shout out Splinter Cell, a Doom guy from Doom. We're talking about Doom. Doom literally revolutionized the game. Doom literally revolutionized the game.
Have you played the new Dooms?
Crazy.
Bro, hard is
crazy.
Because I'm like, I'm gonna try hard. I play this shit on hard, bro.
Oh, see, I like to enjoy my game before I try to challenge myself.
I'll be in the room. Bro, bro, that game is for you. You got to play that game like you're on Adderall, like crack out, flying around.
Yeah, that's what people.
But it's fun, super fun.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, bro. I think they have Pac-Man too high. Obviously, I respect Pac-Man, what it did for a series, but like
since then, yeah,
it's just one. It's like, yes, they didn't need to make another. Well, they made other games, obviously, but like,
do we need to look at the definition of iconic? Because are we missing something here? I get Pac-Man as an iconic character without a doubt, right?
There's a lot of like Agent 47, bro, does not need to be on the list.
Bro,
I'm just being honest.
And the crazy thing is, like, Pac-Man's lower than Agent 47, but I bet you if you were to go up,
top 3, bro.
I bet you if you were to go up to a casual fan, somebody who doesn't even really know, you'd be like, hey, if I told you if you knew Pac-Man or Agent 47 more, which one?
They're gonna say Pac-Man. They're gonna say a lot of people over him,
which is crazy. Crash Bandicoot or Agent 47?
Crash. Master Chief,
like, Solid Snake or Agent 47.
There's people that don't even know what Halo is, and they like recognize.
They know Master Chief.
They recognize the Spartan helmet.
There's people that know Arthur Morgan better than Agent 47.
Yeah, I think that's crazy.
People that know Scorpion and Sub-Zero better than.
I feel like Snake deserves to be on the list, but I definitely think like people would be like, he's not as.
I can't give you that bar.
I can't give you that bar. I'm saying the casual person.
I still can't give you that bar.
You don't think so?
No, MGS is definitely one of those that everybody knows, and I'm telling you, that's because Hideo Kojima. Konami would not be without that, and that's my honest opinion. And I have a lot of respect for Konami.
Shadowheart? Did you look that up?
Yes, bro. It's from Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is that you remember when we had that round table probably a few months back when we were still in Redacted over there off of Redacted, back in the original stew. We talked. I was talking about like the video game awards and all the people who were gonna be nominated and all the games and everything.
When did this come out? Is this new?
Baldur's Gate 3 came out last year.
I'm gonna have to buy that.
It's not your type of game.
Yeah,
it's not your type of game.
Well, I like all kind of games.
Yeah, I know you, and I'm telling you, you would probably play that game 15 minutes.
What is it?
It's like it's a RPG, but the way the combat system is set up is like turn-based mixed with skill.
So it's like Diablo. Because I like Diablo.
Yes, but not as fun.
But Diablo
nowhere near as fun as Diablo. Diablo is a lot more entertaining.
Diablo's fun as hell.
Baldur's Gate to me is a lot overrated, but people show it a lot of love because of the fact that it's It's built, and again, it's built its pedigree, but I don't think
so. It's a specific audience.
Yes, and I don't think Shadowheart
is it like League of Legends or Dota, like one of those type of games?
Yes,
okay,
and absolutely. It's just not an MMORPG.
I got you.
So that's why I don't like that ranking. I don't like that character being up there. I get there's probably a diehard fan base that would kill me for that take, and I apologize. It's just my opinion. But Shadowheart is not more impressionable than Sub-Zero Scorpion.
I actually want to get a Switch soon because I need to start playing Pokemon.
Hey,
again.
bro.
Pokemon's one of those games where it's just like
you don't have to think.
Yeah,
I have to play Fortnite and I have to sweat. I could play Pokemon and just have a good time.
Yeah, I like that. I like games like that. It's nice to have a change of pace.
Real quick, while we're on the subject, I want your favorite 3 video games. I'm telling you, get into this shit.
I need to get back on my
real quick before we transition to the last part of this episode. It just popped in my head as we were talking about this. I mentioned it earlier. Cam, I need your 5. I said 5, and you can include a PC in there too because there's PC exclusives. I need your 5 favorite video game consoles. I was gonna limit it to 3, but there's way too many video game consoles.
Nah, I'm not gonna put PC in there.
You want to put PC in there?
I mean,
there is Steam exclusives,
but PC is just like, it's just like,
and I'm not talking emulators. I'm talking PC exclusive games.
I'm not putting it in there because only reason I have it is because it's just modern. This is today's day and age if you're trying to play stuff
for sure.
But also like, to me, like with a PC, you can play everything.
Carlos would say PC number 1.
But it's like I'm thinking of consoles, bro, and what consoles
okay,
really
so
did.
We'll say consoles, and that includes handhelds too. We'll say consoles.
Okay, handhelds.
We'll say consoles excluding PCs. Man.
Shout out to PSP, honorable mention.
Oh my goodness,
ahead of his time. Ahead of his time, bro.
Top 5, no order.
Top 5, no order. Top 5, damn. All right, 5. We're gonna go.
It's gonna be a beautiful clip.
Xbox. Damn, hold on, bro. I actually have to think. Give me a little bit.
I got you. I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just so you have a frame of reference. Top 5 consoles all time, no order. Xbox 360.
What? At 5?
No order. No order.
Oh, I
no
was
order.
like, bro.
No order. Xbox 360
So
realistically would probably be number 3 for me. PS2 would be number 2. Take that back. PS2 would be 1. Xbox 360 would be 2.
Yeah.
GameCube would be 3. Okay, perfect. No order. No order. No order. No order.
Listening.
Nintendo GameCube, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS.
DS is fire.
This is going to be a tough one, and I'll give an honorable mention too because I hate the fact I got to leave this out. I'd probably give number 5 to the Wii.
The Wii is fire. Iconic game.
And then honorable mention would probably go to the Nintendo 64. I'm a big Nintendo guy.
Okay.
Growing up, I was absolutely.
Okay.
Because the first console I owned was a 64.
So I'm going to go 5.
Oh, you're ranking them. Oh, hold up. Let me get ready. I wasn't ready for it. Oh, okay.
Actually, I'll just say
Say it. Talk to me.
All
what do we got? Number 5.
PlayStation 1. Or not PlayStation 1. PlayStation 2.
Okay. Is that at number 5 or is no order?
That's probably number 1.
Number 1? Come on now.
Xbox 3. It's tough, though. 360 could really...
Could be. It could be 1A, 1B, but we got to be definitive. We ain't no half steppers around here.
I'll say 360 is 1 for me.
Okay.
Because of
number
the
1.
game. And then 2. And then 3, we're going to go Xbox One.
Okay. I like that.
And then
I like that. That's a solid one.
Number 4, we're going to go Game Boy Advance.
Oh, wait a minute. Xbox One. Oh, my God. Whoa. Game Boy. Whoa. You said the GBA.
Yeah, the long one.
Yes.
That was like the one I
really... No, did he?
Pause. That was the one I...
You said the long one?
That was the one I really played.
Yeah.
Because then my brother got the... What was the flip one? The 3DS?
No. Wait, so the DS was the one that flipped
DS
long ways.
But there was another one that flipped
like up and down.
Yes.
Was that the Advance?
3DS, bro.
No. The 3D...
Because I had the second one. Because it's colored than the one I had.
The 3DS was the second variation of the DS. You're thinking of... I think you're thinking of the Game Boy Advanced.
No, that's what I... That's the long one.
The Game Boy Color... No, the Game Boy Color was the long vertical one.
Bro. Okay, so the Game Boy Advance SP.
Yes,
that's the one my brother had.
Yes.
I had the
OG one.
I had this one.
Yeah, of course.
Goated.
That's because Connolly's freaking 4 or 5 years younger than us.
Goated.
Yeah, come on, bro.
Yeah, so Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. We love you, Connolly, 3?
But no, I'm at 4. So number 5.
Connolly wasn't out here experiencing the OG Mario Kart.
Number 5. Damn, bro.
I'm telling you, it's a hard conversation to have. You start thinking about the logistics of it.
Because there's only like one game I like on Nintendo, really, and it's like Smash Bros.
On which console?
I like
though?
Brawl on GameCube.
GameCube.
Or Melee, my bad.
Oh, I was about to say, don't disrespect that now. Because Brawl was on the Wii.
Yeah, Melee. That's like the OG. That's like the OG, like, for real. But I'll probably say like the PS4. Only because of the exclusives, bro. Like, because I was a PlayStation kid. Started off with PlayStation, right? PS1, PS2, 360 came out, and I was like, all right, I just like Xbox. And then I played Xbox One, and then later on, I got a PS4 because I wanted to play exclusives. I wanted to play MLB The Show. I wanted to play God of War.
MLB The Show
I wanted to play
was a
Spider-Man.
PlayStation.
I wanted to play Ghost of
Spider-Man,
Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
There was a ton of exclusives that came out on the
Bloodborne
PS4.
was a PlayStation exclusive. Shout out to
I have to put that in
Bloodborne.
there just because of.
That's a tough one.
Because like the PS5, like I mean, anything now, it's just like
anything now is typically on any console. Typically, unless you're playing like Spider-Man 2.
There's really no like true exclusives anymore.
Spider-Man 2 and God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, but I think they just released God of War on PC.
I would still consider that a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, they released it like a year later. But like,
I'm
just like a gamer. Like at the end of the day, like I used to be like,
it took them 2 years to release Red Dead Redemption 2 on a PC.
I know, but I'm like now it's just like as a gamer, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're on Xbox or oh, you're on PlayStation or you're on Nintendo. Like personally, if I can afford and have the time for all of them, I'll just have all the consoles so I can play all the games. Because I'm just a fan of the games. I don't really care like about that anymore. I'm not a kid. Like I'll play what I like, you know.
Absolutely. Like,
but I do have a preference. I do like the Xbox controller. It's just more natural.
I'm a PlayStation guy with the controller.
Like offset. Carlos was the same way, but then once he started playing, he was like, it makes sense. I'm like, yeah, bro, it's more offset. Like when you play on the PlayStation controller, your like thumbsticks are like down
right,
here.
perfect.
You're like close.
Perfect.
This is
just
offset.
ready.
It's more natural.
ready to go.
It's more natural.
Ready
I'm
to go.
You.
That's just because you're a little bit deficient where it matters.
Real shooters are on the Xbox controller.
Real shooters are on a Nintendo 64.
No, that joystick is crazy looking.
That joystick tore up palms.
Looks like a Galaga shit.
I have a callus in the middle of my hand because I would be playing the Mario Party 64.
That controller is big as hell.
Bro, Mario Party 64. That thing has 3 prongs.
Yeah.
You would grab it like this and then this.
It's a...
Yo.
It's a Galaga ship. All right, on to our last segment. If you guys let us know in the comments.
Hey, hold up. Let's just flag on the play. 15 yards. First down. Sorry.
Y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think about our list of the games. Obviously, we can go on and on. That could be literally its own podcast,
bro.
But
God, we have to have a conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna start.
We have to.
We'll announce it at the end of this episode, but we're gonna do something cool within the community to add some value. Or maybe we run it for a week, maybe we run it for a month. Long poll, but it's gonna be a cool little bracket thing we're gonna do.
Speaking of our last poll,
touch on that real quick.
Yeah, talking about polls, we actually made because guess what? Frito's poll came back, right? Episode 3 was just posted today, and I took the polls from episode 2, and it seems like you dirty booty hole.
Like they just got good taste, bro.
Really like Fritos.
They're not nasty like that.
That Fritos are busting. You're gonna bust open that bag of Fritos.
They're good.
You're gonna go crazy on it, and that's where I tell y'all,
bro,
y'all need
Fritos
help.
With some chili, chef's kiss.
Again. That's why it's the
Frito pot pie.
That's the last, bro. Again, unless you're eating that, you're not eating a bag of Fritos casually. And if you are,
I'm not gonna lie, barbecue Lays are pretty bad.
Look, when Alex told me that, I told him I agreed.
They're probably the worst chip to me.
The reason people are eating corn chips as in Fritos is because they got corn on their feet. Clean your feet, you nasty.
No. Fritos are fire.
You know what? Fritos.
I don't know. I'm just like a plain chip guy, and to me, that's like
Fritos.
Perfect.
Fritos knock me out, Cam. Just like this UFC event that's coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, speaking of that, UFC 300, super excited.
300.
Been getting more and more excited as I've been watching the press and stuff for that. At the end of the day, we've
been
been kind of
deep dive into the UFC content, dog.
I have been.
Okay, I need you to go back to like Forrest Griffin days.
No, I have been.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, I've always watched it casually.
I remember
because of Carlos, but like as I've like gotten more into the sport and as it's grown and as my affiliation with Nook Boys and all these other people that are more involving, making the sport more mainstream.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like tapped in a little bit more,
which is pretty dope to see, obviously, because back in the day, this wasn't as nowhere near. I remember. Fun fact, real quick.
People be like, "You're watching a UFC fight. You're not watching Floyd." Like they would literally tell you that. They're like,
when I tell y'all, I remember the very first UFC game coming out. I got it on the Xbox 360. I stayed up all night playing that game. My mother came into my room. I was in middle school. My mother came into my room. She said, "Did you go to bed?" I looked at the controller. I looked at her. I already knew she knew the answer. My eyes were baggy. Them boys were red. I had like 2 or 3 cans of soda that had been drank next to me, like a couple bags of chips, and I think some Gushers or something. Like I had been up all night. I had a gaming chair I had just got for Christmas. So anytime I'd sit in that chair and game, I'd be in that. So I lost track of time. And I think my mom fell asleep and didn't realize it. And because in my gaming chair, I had a thing where you could plug in headphones with surround sound. So I plug it in, I put the headphones on, locked in. I'm talking about the sun's rising up, dog. My mom comes in there. "Have you been up all night playing this damn game?" Hey. Mom, I had to knock out Rampage Jackson.
The first time I played, brother, when my dad bought me World of Warcraft.
On the PC?
Yeah, years ago.
GG's.
Yeah, bro.
GG's, bro.
Yeah, I was like,
I can already imagine his country butt coming in there being like, "Cameron."
Well, because I used to play RuneScape, and then my dad was like,
"You wasn't when we shooting in the gym,
bro." He was like, "Oh, RuneScape." He was like, "All right." So he comes back, obviously for Christmas. He gives me this game. I'm like, "Wait, what is this?" Because I've been asking to be a member on RuneScape forever. It's like $5 a month, and they were like, "No, we're not paying that." And then I was like, "All right, what is it?" So then he comes back.
But copped you that World of Warcraft.
I'm like,
that
what is
wow.
This? He was like, "Oh, this is RuneScape times 100. Like it's on crack." And I was like, "Really?" Download it, yada yada yada. Bro, load up. I was like, "Yo, this is crazy."
How old were you?
I had to be like 10, bro.
Yeah, and that's not fair,
bro. Oh my! I'm telling you, man. There's just nothing like games back then, bro. Like RuneScape, World of Warcraft, the old Halos, the old CODs,
Club Penguin,
bro.
Cool.
Like just the nostalgia and just how good the games were and just how fun they were.
Coolmathgames.com.
Oh my gosh. Whack your balls. Bloats Tower Defense. Oh my god.
Shut up. I was playing that at Carlos's crib when I would have watched his house.
The sniper games where you used to like
the stick You talking about the
stick? Yes, bro. Those were crazy. They used to have you doing the missions. There's no way we should be playing that, bro. What is wrong with people? Did you ever play that Boy Scout game?
Yeah.
Where you were that night, bro? Oh my god! And then that one game where it's like a platform levels and you have the skull mask on and
yeah. Bro, did you ever play the one? Oh my god! Did you ever play the one where you were? It was the one where like it was you were a baby. And you were in a float in the water and your brother was in front of you and you had to aim your shots and shoot them to the other side of the map.
Yes.
And you could build your boat up as time went on.
Ridiculous. There used to be this shout out to Guitar Hero too, man. Like go to
I miss Guitar Hero 3 on the Wii was my first Guitar Hero.
Bro, I'm telling you, they don't make games like this.
They don't, bro. This is a very nostalgic episode.
No, and that's kind of
a great episode.
It's just great to talk about this. This is kind of the vibes we've been trying to create.
I need to go to Game Over Video Games in Round Rock. Have you ever been there before?
What is that?
They're a nostalgic video game store. They have all the OG consoles and a shit ton of OG games.
Where's it at?
It's over there right off of the...
we should do like a vlog.
It's right over there off of the McNeil exit going north on 35. The same place the Sprouts, the Starbucks, and the McDonald's is.
Because honestly, this is like off topic, but whenever we get a studio...
No pun intended.
Whenever we get a studio, I've always talked about to Carlos and shout out my boy Cole Bennett as an inspiration is like... he has like a nostalgia room in his studio, and I've always wanted to for us to have a nostalgia room. When we get our studio, where you go in there and there's literally nothing but old consoles, and they all work, all mint condition. You can sit down, load up your game, old game, and just enjoy it as it was meant to be played and intended. So I'm just super excited because it's going back to our roots, going back to being a kid and things like that. But
I would kill for a Nintendo GameCube and custom Robo.
Man.
If you know. You know,
man. But going into UFC 300, approaching this weekend, we have. Do you feel like you could ever realistically be an MMA fighter?
Absolutely not.
No, and we always talk about it. Like those people are just wired a little different.
Absolutely,
you just gotta be a little different. You gotta be a little crazy. It is what it is.
I already told you. So like that last fight that happened, we watched Dustin Poirier fight Benoit Saint Denis, the French special forces guy who was He was a pretty hot guy, kind of coming.
Bro, literally a killer.
Pause. Sorry.
I heard that.
Yeah, I know. I just had to catch my... he was a pretty hot prospect coming up, right? He literally... I seen him compete before. He's a phenomenal fighter. The guy is literally like that. He had some weaknesses, but a lot of people liked his upside because of how great of a fighter he is. Mind you, he was in French special forces before he became a UFC fighter. He's a killer. For all intents and purposes, I think he's actually murdered people, which I get it. You're in the special forces, right? He's going against Dustin Poirier. Poirier, a little bit of age, has a lot of experience under his belt, but a lot of people say, you know, man, look, he might just be kind of getting over that hill of how relevant and how youthful and how he's able to take hits and how he's able to move. This man, Dustin Poirier, cleaned dude's clock.
Bro.
Cleaned him up.
Cleaned him up, man.
And mind you, dude's what? I think a year younger than us?
Bro,
25 maybe?
He's pretty young, bro.
He is. I think he's our age. I think he's 26 or 25, maybe 27.
He got cleaned up.
Got cleaned up by a guy who's 34, 35.
Yeah. And and it just goes back to these guys as being different. Like they literally just, you know.
I would be Ben Askren.
Yeah, I would be.
In all intents and purposes.
There's no way.
And I hate to diss my guy like that because it's not even a diss, but I would run head first and probably get knocked out within the first 5 seconds of the fight.
There's no way it's not a sport that I would want to do. I respect it. I would probably do it for working out or just to learn how to defend myself.
I would love to get into MMA for that aspect.
Like jiu-jitsu or anything
I would love to get into that for that aspect.
I'm not going to challenge anybody that's really trying to take this.
Like what Key and Bash do?
Yeah.
And that absolutely. Yeah. Because that's more Brazilian jiu-jitsu. That's the art of grappling.
The art of grappling.
Right.
And getting somebody down and submitting them and controlling and stuff like that. But you want
me to go in there and be Johnny?
Nah, I'm not doing what our boy Johnny does. Like, nah.
And Johnny fights.
Yeah, fights for real. And
Johnny fights.
And he is, shout out to the boy, man. Multiple title holder.
Fights.
Hopefully he gets his shot, man, with the UFC. That'd be fire.
Dana, call us.
Dana, come to Austin, Texas.
We'll bring you to Black Widow. We'll let you meet our boy.
Texas, man. Give him a UFC fight night.
I got the hottest new prospect
Challenger series, something, man. Give him
better than any of these cats right now. You got, and I mean that's respectfully because I know y'all could probably whoop my. That's the point. I don't fight
the boy, man.
Hey, get my guy in the Contender Series, Dana. We got a contract ready for him. Come talk to us.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
telling you.
Just throw OP on the shorts, man.
That's it. That's all we ask for. Just throw the OP logo on the shorts, throw the Black Widow logo and the PCT logo. Boom. You're good to go. You got it. I couldn't do it. I'm very excited though to see this card, being a UFC fan as long as I have and having those vivid memories of, being excited when the freaking video game came out and watching the All-American man, Forrest Griffin, come from just the humble backgrounds. And now you got a guy from, I think Jamal Hill's from Detroit. Yeah. The light heavyweight title, he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, so that's tragic. I hope he wins, bro.
So he's the current champion. And then Alex Pereira, right, the Brazilian, the man who came for Adesanya, and he lost. He goes up to light heavyweight now, the interim champion. They're gonna go in a clash, which again, great matchup. I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, you have I think it's a women's bantamweight fight. That's also supposed to be pretty damn good too. Zhang Weili versus what's her name? I'm gonna disrespect it if I don't get it right, but it's supposed to be another heavyweight hitter. You got Max Holloway on there versus Gaethje. You got there's another banger of a fight. Actually, this whole card is stacked. I wasn't a fan of it at first, but over time, I'm just appreciating it. I do wish again that there was a little bit of a headliner like a Conor McGregor. Yeah,
there's just
or Israel Adesanya.
There's no mainstream name that
you know what I mean.
Like someone's like that literally doesn't watch UFC, but they're on social media or watch other sports. They'd be like, oh,
they might
Conor's fighting. Yeah. Oh, Sean O'Malley's fighting. Oh, Adesanya's fighting. Like any of those people that are gonna be like, I'm gonna John Jones. Like,
I would have loved to see that. And
that's what they should have did, bro. And like we were saying in Discord the other night, like, yeah, we know people just recently fought. We know people,
which a lot of them did, right?
Yeah, but
a lot of them did,
bro. If you're Dana White, just align it to where they're fresh and available to fight.
At least for this specific event, you could have pushed the Sean O'Malley fight back one more ticket, in my opinion.
Yes,
and you could have had him on the same card as you have Pereira and Hill.
Absolutely,
because it would have it builds to the storyline. I do think this is gonna be a great card, though. I pray to God it is in general because I'm gonna be so hurt if we go over to Carlos's and we just watch a straight decision fest.
That's what I was super excited about when we had it here. Is the card was, bro, it was good, bro. It was super
a solid card up and down.
People got knocked out. Good fights. Fight of the night. Fights where they're just throwing it. No one gets knocked out, but you're like, bro, fireworks the whole time. Yep. Super excited for that. So yeah, I'm excited for the fight. And honestly, it's been cool. I mean, even Kat's gotten into UFC. Like she's excited. Her Kat's first fight is when Leon Edwards knocked out Usman. That was the
when
first
we were at your apartment.
Yeah, that was the first like UFC fight Cat actually watched.
Crap, and that's a great way to get into it.
Yeah,
because
so
that
like,
was,
and that's why she was like, oh my, because she's like, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, well, Usman has been controlling the fight. He just has to close it out. He's kind of the favorite.
Rocky
and
won
then,
run round. Usman had to run every other one. Like it was looking like had Usman just finished the fight, it was his via decision without a doubt.
And then Leon Edwards knocked him out. That
throws a
leg
hezzy jab into a fucking kick,
bro. And like and everyone got electric. Like, bro, he was literally losing the whole fight.
That boy did a hezzy crossover.
Had to knock him out.
That boy did a hezzy crossover.
Yeah, and like. That's what makes the sport so electric.
It's the storyline.
Anyone can lose.
Yeah, man.
And like the build up.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like, and at the end of the day, like everyone has to fight. Like if you're a title contender, you got to defend it.
You have to.
There's no ducking. There's no
There's not. There's not.
So like you got to do it.
If you know, you got to defend the title, right? Even though Sean sustained a bit of damage, but he didn't sustain anything crazy, so he should realistically fight before the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with
Yeah, but he wants to go up.
He wants to fight Superior.
And
Superior just fought this year. And Superior didn't even really take a lot of damage against Volk, but I think they're going to give Volk his shot first because of how respected he is.
I think they're going to give Volk his shot.
Volk
and
should
I
get a
also
shot.
think Sean's going to fight what's his name? The dude from Georgia.
Superior. Ilya Superior.
The other one.
Oh, Merab Dvalishvili.
Yes,
Merab
Dvalishvili.
Yes.
Because Topuria O'Malley would go up.
He would have to, yes.
And then
Dvalishvili's a bantamweight.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, correct.
So we shall see. I'm very excited to see what the end game is, what UFC 300 looks like. I just know if it was me personally, I would call myself a human highlight of straight knockouts. Absolutely. My chin would be sweet, boy. I am not be built for that. None of that,
bro.
No, sir.
They're different, bro.
Absolutely. I'm not saying I'm not a hard worker.
Shout out Sneeko for getting in the cage with what's his name?
Was it Sean?
Sean Strickland?
Yes. Oh, he did. Yep. Sneeko did get in the cage with Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland is, I'm not gonna say anything crazy, but
psychotic.
Bro, the fact you're over here gonna like intentionally try to hurt, like even other UFC fighters came out and they were like, bro, like the fact that he was intentionally trying to like hurt him, like,
hey, Cam,
there's just like no respect.
Cam?
They weren't even respecting that. They were like, bro, he doesn't fight. Like, why are you trying to hurt him like
Cam?
that? What's up?
Don't put yourself in that position. That's what I've always been told.
For sure.
Don't go swimming with the sharks if you're scared of getting bit.
But it's like, of course, Sean Strickland does that. But his last fight, he gets knocked out. So like, he
didn't get knocked out against DDP. He lost via split decision.
Okay, but he be getting knocked out though. Sean Strickland be getting knocked out.
He did get knocked out. Like 4 or 5 fights.
That Poirier knocked him out, right? Did they fight or no? Are they not the same thing?
Some middleweight knocked him out. Oh, Pereira knocked him out.
Yes.
Pereira knocked him out. Pereira knocked him out on his way to fight Izzy. Yeah, I'm not putting myself in that position. I never care if Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, if any of them said, come get a sparring session with me, you can kiss my ass respectfully.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I'm not doing that.
I'll do it for $1 million.
The second you start turning up on me, I swear to God, I'm grabbing
one round $1 million.
I'm grabbing a baseball bat. Second somebody starts team, they're gonna make me earn that $1 million. And then what if my stupid ass gets knocked out and then I have brain damage because I wanted this $1 million? My soul is not worth more, or my soul is worth more than money, baby.
Facts.
I don't care what nobody says.
Facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you stuck with us all the way, we appreciate you. This was a banger.
Bangers always back to back. I'm throwing shots because I'm calling them Cam like I'm not capping. When I get on this mic, you know I'm snapping. Bring it back, put it in the back. No Diddy. Hold on.
I titled this the Cam diss track.
Hey, shout out to all your haters, man. If you're not rocking with opinionated, it's you for real. Nah, I'm playing. We ain't on that type of time. If you like us, you like us. If you don't like us, you don't like us.
That
it's
boy
your loss.
Cam built like some spam. That boy be eating it from the back like some yams. Now wait a minute. Whoa, that wasn't a part of the plan. Wait a minute, dog. That's just who I am. I'm up in the studio. I only take wins. You're rocking with the boys. The win to say win. If you like this video and you enjoy the banter, then you already know you better click that like and even subscribe because you're with your boys and you know how we fly. Wait a minute, dog. That's not it. What's the emoji? What's your pick?
My pick is
Come on, bro.
I don't know. I was trying to think of something that rhymed with it that was an emoji. But shit, my pick will be
Don't they have like the Galaga Space Invader or the joystick on the emoji?
Yeah. Drop the game.
Drop the joystick.
Pause. Like the
joystick is crazy.
Drop the joystick. No Diddy. Drop the joystick and let us know what your favorite part of the episode is. Also, before we close this off, we will be doing community polls here soon. We're gonna run them probably weekly. So we'll probably start them like on Thursday and run them all the way up until Tuesday of the following episode.
For sure.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna discuss the final two that made it to the finals, and it's gonna be specific categories. So we might do historic or favorite cartoon shows, or favorite side for like a specific holiday. It's gonna be all kinds of stuff.
Nintendo 64 games.
Yeah, so we'll probably do 12 to 16 items per topic, and then we're gonna have the community vote and narrow these down to help us out, and we're gonna create different rounds and stuff like that. So it'll be fun, different way to have y'all engage with us, and also it's just stuff that you just talk about with your friends.
By the time this episode releases, we should have the first one probably releasing alongside it. We're just saying this now in foresight so that in hindsight we could have everything ready to go. So expect here, once this episode releases, I think it's fair to say Cam and I will be having some heat on deck for you guys in terms of our first community poll. And I'm looking forward to it. Me and Cam got some big plans. And unlike Drake and Future, we have some really big rings.
Yeah, man. Crazy episode. A ton of stuff happened. Excited for you guys to see the next one. Be sure to share, like it with a friend. We're at 115 subs on the channel. Get us to 150 by the end of April. That's what we're shooting for. So let's go run it up. Let's do it.
Yeah, you can say it in April. Yeah. You can be really cool and you can get us to 200.
Get us to 200, man. Just run it up. Share it with a friend. You know you like the content.
You do. You love the content. And we love you. Coming live to you from Austin, Texas. This has been your boy, Roo. I'm here with the one and only Cam Rooney. Do I need to redact that? Because I know that name is fine. That name hasn't been brought out the treasure chest in some years. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from Austin, Texas. These have been the Win the Same Win Boys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Drop the joystick if you made it this far. Pause. And remember,
hey, remember,
we still don't trust you.
We still don't trust you. We'll catch y'all for the next one. Peace.